everybody, one of Weezem here, Sunday, October 24th, 1 week away from Halloween. Very, very exciting time, one of my favorite times of the year. What we're doing right now is we're slowly catching up on a few of our Amiibo unboxings. I'd warned people for a while this was coming, and we've had a ton of them piling up. The most recent edition, if I'm not mistaken, it's actually not the most recent edition, but one of the most recent editions is right here. This is the triple pack, exclusive to GameStop as best I know. $34.99. I walked in with no intentions of buying this thing. I think I was going in looking for the Shark Tank or something. And when I saw it, I could not help myself. It's very, very cool. Lots of nostalgia here. You know, Tim is a big Duck Hunt fan, so shout out to him. That said, Mr. Game & Watch has some interesting elements here that we'll cover shortly. And then R.O.B, my nephew and I, we used to play Super Smash Bros. Brawl on the Wii all of the time. And we had like these pretty elaborate tournaments set up. R.O.B was always like right up there. He was kind of like the main guy for us to beat type of a deal. Hard to explain, but nonetheless it's something that has some meaning to me. So that is a look at the packaging. Now coming around to the back side here. Again, Wii and 3DS, you can just use your NFC portion of the gamepad, center of a new 3DS, or the puck, if you're like me with an old school 3DS. We'll start over here with Tim's Duck Hunt. And right there you got the dog and the duck. And you can take them up to level 50. Pretty interesting stuff. I think they were the last ones I unlocked. Right there, Mr. Game & Watch. And you'll see that, you know, you're like, what is all that junk? And this looks like they got arrows and a refresh, and why is he so complicated? Well, we'll cover that in just a second, but pay attention to that. Remember that image, if you will. Coming in over here, though, you got R.O.B. Had to battle him a lot in the subspace emissary there towards the end. And again, the little battles my nephew and I did, we would always come in. Waluigi was number one. And that was, of course, just the purpled Luigi, since Nintendo, for reasons unknown to me, won't take the plunge and make him a standalone character. I voted in that poll. I tried to get as many people as I knew to do it, to make Waluigi be the character. And I've hoped that with Mario Ultra Tennis coming out, Waluigi would get a legit Amiibo. I don't know why they don't take advantage of that, but if you want to keep your packaging intact, use these guys, reseal it. Don't do what I do, take your time. But for me, I just need the packaging out of my room here, away from the pool table, and make space for me and other things. So you're opening this up and you're like, what did you do? Did you cut wrong? What's going on? Rest assured, we'll take a look at that. It's going to be pretty cool. A lot of people totally unaware of this. I was too for the longest time, and I was told by somebody it was like a foreign exclusive deal. And then I went in the store and I saw it and I was like, oh, sweet. So, let's go ahead. Okay, R.O.B is really anxious to get out. We'll start with you. And we've got him free. We'll take a detailed look at these guys in just a second. Let's get Duck Hunt out now. We're going to slide it out in such a manner. Now we're going to slide out Mr. Game & Watch. Oh, we literally slid him out there, so we broke it, right? No, fear not. Cool stuff here that you probably haven't seen unless you're big time into Amiibo. So we'll set this down. Now what I want to do here is actually try to figure this out. We've got this in place. Okay, so this was snapped in, you can see it now, right here and right here are two tabs that are just like these corner pieces that we're going to actually put back in place. And what we want to do is come into these tabs and just pull on them, free everything up. We've got this. This is basically a bottom piece to this main blister, if you will. So we're going to set that down. Check this out. You got parachute, you got the timer, and then you've got the bell. So we're going to come in, and we're actually going to carefully work the plastic. Pop this out, set it down. Now we will start here. Again, I'm not touching the actual pieces. I'm just working the plastic. You can see it here. My fingers are on the back side near the Yarn Yoshis. And we just want to press and not have it fall. But I sacrificed it to demo it for you. So, I told you, I was like, oh no, we broke it. And you're probably now realizing if you didn't already. But take a look at the base. This is our Amiibo puck. I assume it would work just fine like this as Mr. Game & Watch. But note, you've kind of got like a small rectangle with a tab and then a long rectangle with a recess. if you look closely at this one, this is the one that was packed. You've got the small rectangle and a long one with the recess. And you'll note it's gold. And that's because this plugs in to the base. Literally just snaps into place, like doesn't really even snap, you just kind of slide it into place. So this is the standard one, and again, if we had it in place, you can spin it around. Same front side, same back side, but if you need to like have him looking this direction, you can do that. One of the few Amiibos you can do that with based on his 2D design. Right here with the bell is the one that we will check out next. We're just going to slide that into place and apply just a little bit of pressure and get it to rest in smoothly. There you go, front and back. Something you could do if you're into, modding or customizing your Amiibo. You could have one side be standard, and then on the other side you can just airbrush it or paint it or your favorite color, whatever you want to do. You could draw a smiley face and, I don't know, put makeup on him, a dress, polka dots, who knows. So the options are all right there for you. So that was number 2. Number 3 is going to be the 9 right here, if you will, and we're going to take that, plug it in, long side over here, short side on the back. Again, let me try and showcase how this works for you if you didn't see it well. We take this, obviously there's the notch there in the middle, and it just presses. It's kind of like a press fit type deal. Doesn't really ever snap or click. That's actually a really cool look. Now, if you're a huge Mr. Game & Watch fan, which he kind of predates me even, but if you are a huge Mr. Game & Watch fan, you could pick up several of these and have all 4 of them displayed, or maybe you really like the parachute and you like the bell, or you like standard. You could get however many bases you needed to kind of set this up. And I guess you can offset some of the cost by selling an R.O.B. or Duck Hunt or trading with people type of a situation. So this is a cool deal. Again, this is some creative stuff with the Amiibo that we've not seen before. This is the first one with kind of like the interchangeable base, if you will. And now I've got that seated in there better, but it's just a neat deal. So $34.99, you get the 3 characters, but you get Mr. Game & Watch, of all people, is Super Mr. Awesome and Diverse. So we'll set him down there so you can keep your eyes on him. Let's go ahead now and take a look at Tim's Duck Hunt, if you will. So this is classic again. My first ever video. Well, I guess I played Atari quite a bit, and I wasn't really given to me. It was just like people had it. I remember I loved Pitfall. I was a big Maze Craze fan. Gunslinger, I was a big fan of that. And then all your little standard asteroid type games. But NES was given to me and my sister for Christmas one year. Again, the cartridge, I mentioned this with the Mario unboxing 30th one. Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt World Class Track Meet, right? We got the power pad and the zapper gun, and you had this guy pop up all the time, and he would taunt you, and you could not shoot him. Even point blank range with a TV, you couldn't shoot him. And you're like, I was spot on with the duck. Sometime I need to go back, man, and record some of that stuff. Or I don't know, I might have to bust out the NES, try to figure out some way to do that. But people that rage quit games now, you have no idea what I went through as a child. This was back, at the time when I was growing up, games, the concept was, it wasn't really kid friendly. It was like, yeah, let's market it to the kids, get them to buy it. But then it was like, they made the game just super difficult, sometimes impossible. Sometimes you feel like the designers themselves couldn't complete the levels. And their logic was that it would be more rewarding experience, when you do finally beat it. I agree with that. But at the same time, man, it was there was some brutal stuff. And so needless to say, you get into the advanced duck hunt levels and you're sitting there and you're zapping them, you're yeah, I'm on fire. And then you come in, for round 2 and you're firing away and you're like, I nailed that. Why didn't it register? And you still got shots left, and you're like, the dog comes up and you're like, and you just start zapping him and it never lets you shoot him. That's why if you ever research this stuff, people make mods. And usually the most common and probably the most looked for, sought after, and requested duck hunt mod is actually being able to shoot the dog. So you'd think he'd be on your side. But anyway, maybe he's on the duck side. Who knows? But apparently now, Duck Hunt is the Amiibo. He's a playable character. If you don't understand this, again, Villager, Wii Fit Trainer, why do these things have Amiibos? They're playable characters in Super Smash Bros. A lot of people still oblivious to that. So if you get the game and you play a little while, you can unlock these guys and play as them. With the Amiibo, you can train them, get them up to level 50, have a good time. That's what it's all about. But, I mean, this is classic. It's sort of like, it's not 8-bit, obviously, like it was back in the day. But it's... anyone that sees this that grew up when I did or played Duck Hunt when it was original or at a friend's house, they instantly know what's up. They instantly know what this is. That's about the only duck you'll ever see that looks like that, but whatever. For the longest time, I assumed ducks must look like that in Japan as a child. I was like, what is that, like a redhead, a mouse? I don't know. But anyway, very, very cool figure. Again, the duck obviously has to be supported. That's where this comes in. It's not the icicle leg cast that we see on Zero Suit Samus. It's more of a traditional acrylic clear type of a design. So it's very minuscule. And I mean, at the right angle, you really don't even see that, especially, again, if you put a lot of stuff around these guys. But the dog's got a nice spiked collar there, a little contrast to color with the silver. He's got sort of like the whisker marks, if you will, sort of the playful, kind of hysterical look. Motion is conveyed. Again, that's translated well to the paws up, which even the front paw has nice detail on the underside. And again, there's the duck. You kind of got like the ringed neck. The pink head is, I guess it's like a fuchsia head, if you will. White on the wings, blue on the insets. Underside is kind of a tan color. Even has webbed feet, so actually pretty well done figure there. But again, that is Duck Hunt. And again, if you're just big time into classic gaming, you grew up with this stuff, you're looking for like some sort of a novelty gift type of a deal, just giving this somebody's like, oh hey, Duck Hunt, good times. You know, why couldn't I shoot the dog? And watch the people rage about that. So now up next is R.O.B. Very cool stuff. You've seen a lot of stuff on him recently, primarily. You know, 30th anniversary and all the Nintendo kind of paraphernalia going down. He is super lightweight, actually. I thought he'd be one of the heavier Amiibo. That is not the case. Something that I'm actually a huge fan of, and again, I did not know this until I got it out. I complained about the gold on Zero Suit Samus because it doesn't really go with anything. I felt like it should be silver. Several, you know, you look at the, you know, Samus back there, it makes perfect sense. It goes with it. When it's sitting under Peach, not a big deal. Duck Hunt, it's kind of a complementary color. Zero Suit Samus, man, silver would have looked so nice. 30th anniversary Mario, we got the Warp Pipe, which is super cool. I'll bring that back up here, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. There's your Amiibo info. You know it's legit. But check this out. R.O.B. covers the entire puck. Not every character, obviously. Someone like Samus, Sheik, Mario, Peach. Peach's dress conceals a lot of it for what it's worth. But like Pac-Man, he's just got two little boots. Let's get him in the picture. There we go. R.O.B. though, with the base design, he is able to actually cover that. And a note, there's like a little gap, if you will, sort of like a mounting ring inside. And it does have the gold, it's just he conceals it perfectly. So there's our Amiibo deal. You know it's legit. I'm not just making this stuff up. He is the standard NES coloring. Everything was like grayscale, and it actually, for me, it's a nostalgic look, but it really wasn't that bad aesthetically, to be honest with you. Sort of like the reddish-orange text on the front kind of popped real well. But that's what he's got. Again, he was a robotic. I never had an R.O.B. I never knew anybody that had one. It was just something that you heard about, saw it on TV, and then later on it's like, well, that thing's worth a ton of money. Alright, but let's take a closer look here now. Again, it covers up the typical Amiibo base here, which is very cool. That grayscale, you can kind of see it. It sort of looks like a pulsing, you know, radar. It's actually a robotic operation buddy. And that's, of course, R.O.B. And then you can sort of see it. I'm trying to... It's never going to come into focus, probably. But you can kind of see the font and then a circular Nintendo logo there, I believe. So very cool. Something that I really like, though, is kind of the blue to the eyes. There's super nice contrast. They kind of give off that, you know, projector old halogen lens type look. He's got the stacks there. Not holding anything. He's got sort of the power supply cord coming up. And just a really well done. I mean, this, you see this and it's R.O.B. I like how the head... It doesn't turn, I was making sure. But it's kind of, you've got the base here, you've got the arms to one side, the head kind of turned to another. So you get the sense of movement that he would have, you know, kind of very stereotypical gear cog type robotic design from the era. Speaking of such, this is hysterical. Okay, there's a lot to take in here, but you don't see it, but take my word for it. This blacked out area, it's sort of got like the robotics, the PCB boards, gears. Right here is even the power switch, and it's non-functional, I assume. We could probably snap it off if we tried hard, but that right there, and again, that's so classic. You would have had to have been of the era to understand it, but it's the power supply switch. That's very, very cool. So he's just a really nice looking amiibo, and again, my favorite thing about him, aside from the very, very nice detail here that I did not expect, is just that it conceals the base, still functions, and it just gives that much more credence to the aesthetics that they invested in the detail. So that's what we've got, though. We've covered everybody now. Again, GameStop exclusive as best I know. Don't hold me to that. They may have changed that. But again, $34.99. I know you can get it at GameStop. That's about what matters the most, right? And again, it's not something I had planned to buy. I was interested in it. I heard chatter about it from people I converse with. And I went in looking for Skylanders, and I saw that, and I was like, that is cool. And the nostalgia bug kind of hit, and there we go. The rest is history, right? But R.O.B. We'll set him down right there. Mr. Game & Watch, available in 4 different varieties. Again, we got the parachute installed. There's option 2, option 3, and option 4. Again, earlier in the video, we kind of detailed those for you. Can't see them down there, but trust me, they're there. And then, of course, Duck Hunt, which is, again, just throwback nostalgia on all 3. Very, very nice. Kind of like their retro 3-pack, if you will. And for someone of my caliber, my age, my experience level, it is in fact retro. It's a throwback. Very cool stuff. And I'm excited to have them here joining the Amiibo Armada. So that's what we got. Again, $34.99 at GameStop. Very cool deal. Let me get the packaging back. And once more, the R.O.B. I don't even know where. There it is. They're packaged again right there underneath the typical blister pack, so very cool. It kind of sits down like so. But if you are a collector or display person, this is a really cool deal, and it's I guess there's a Splatoon 3 pack, which I've never picked up, but it's just a nice display piece if you did opt to keep it sealed. So there we go, though. Very, very cool. Again, stoked to have this kind of brought in. Wasn't intending to buy it, saw it, couldn't pass it up. Now that I've unboxed it, it kind of brings back that same sentiment. So I'm glad that it was added to the collection, and I think it'll look cool kind of display. And of course, we'll get some function out of them from Super Smash Bros. So that said, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment. Make sure you are subscribed. Many, many more Amiibo unboxings coming your way. You can follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Let me know your thoughts. Did you pick up the Retro 3-pack? If so, why? Was it one particular character? Was it all 3? Or are you just a super collector? If you picked it up, are you opening it or leaving it sealed? For some of you, did you buy 2? Are you opening one, leaving the other sealed? Did you pick it up as a gift for somebody, maybe your parents or somebody that got you into gaming? Let me know all that stuff. Whatever you want to talk about, throw it out there. We'll kind of try to get the discussion going. Again, if you're into that sort of a thing, SkylanderClub.com. It is not just Skylanders. If you scroll down a bit, we've got a Nintendo section. Also have Microsoft, Sony, PC, all that jazz. But in the Nintendo section, we got a few threads on Amiibo. We've got some Amiibo fanatics on board. Check that out. Look over the thread. See what you think there. If you want to get involved in the discussion, feel free to do so. We would love to have you do just that. That said, for myself, the Retro 3-pack Amiibo, which again consists of Duck Hunts, Mr. Game & Watch, and R.O.B. Thanks so much for watching, and we will catch you back here for more Amiibo showcases. Perfect thumbnail. There we go. We'll catch y'all back here next time.